What up, good people out there, and welcome to another episode of Safe Space. Sincerity Ain't For Everybody, the show where we talk about nothing and everything at the same time. Brought to you by the homies at Tissue and the Tape in conjunction with War Room Sports. Look, man, we're gonna get into some stuff this week, man. We talked a lot on the last episode about how the pandering has gotten out of control as far as what they're trying to do for the Black community after all the uprisings and all that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. But something that I've noticed on social media lately, it's a lot of videos. If you look on Twitter, IG, wherever, it's a lot of videos of Black people basically being fed up and letting their hands go on white people. And it all seems to stem around that word, that controversial word that begins with an N. But something was brought to my attention one time when I was watching a string of videos on Twitter, fellas. How come every time we we get into one of these altercations and they call us that word, we gotta make sure we get that word said out loud one more time? And before y'all answer, I didn't forget about y'all. We got Jimmy the Blueprint in the building. What up, Jim?
Yes, sir. What's going on, family? How you?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Vi Davis backwards, Tissue and the Tape. What up, homie?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And we got Phil Matic 365, also of Tissue and the Tape. What up? We're gonna start with you, Phil. Have you ever noticed that? And shout out to my sister Raslin down in Houston. She kind of brought it to my attention. We always give them that warning before we let our hands go. Call me that one more time. Call me ninja.
Hold up there. Before Phil says something, man, you got Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, cuz? Like, what's poppin', man? Like, you got it like that? Like, yo, that's how you know he getting so much money. He pull up with the Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
Dope on Sundays, man. Man. Screw what Sci-Hi said.
What level of Christian you gotta be to get that?
He over there drinking Jesus juice. He get his great wine in a Chick-fil-A cup.
Phil, so what's the science behind us having to get confirmation before we let our hands go?
Man, that's how you let them know it's official. That's how you know when it's go time. When you get the full okay, like homegirl in the 7-Eleven. She just wanted to give you that one chance to get out and walk away with your face and before she started throwing hands and feet, and that's like, okay, we know it's on once you say it one more time.
See, but that's what I'll be trying to figure out. Like, is it what you just said, or is it we've actually been given a pass a lot of times because of that word? Is it like, all right, we got to get this on camera, so when I start letting my hands go on you, they saw it. Like, they might not have caught the first one, so I got to make sure you say this.
True.
So I can let my hands go and maybe get out of this, with a little bit of a pass. Jimmy, what you think?
Yo, it's interesting because you know how sometimes if you're a young boy on a playground or whatever, you do that too. Like, yo, hit me first. Yeah, and
you think back.
That's part of it, though.
Could never say, but
yeah, it is dumb. Yo, remember the John Cats? Like, put their shoulders and like
shoulders and go around and around.
Like, yeah, hit me first. Yeah,
whoever make the
first. But
craziest move with the shoulder, then it's on. Somebody got to swing. Like,
as people, that's the thing too, right? So we're forgiving people, right? So as people, we're just very forgiving people, and it's like we trying to give you that last out. We trying to give you an out, but like you don't want to take it. That's on you, and it kind of justifies what comes after. So after I put the hands of God on you, people can look back and see that. Listen, I was provoked. I'm giving you an opportunity to walk away,
and you said it more than once.
Yeah, and people like understand, like. Sometimes we watch these videos and you're like, ugh, but sometimes you also understand. Like, I saw a video, and just like you said, there's so many videos going viral now. It's like cameras everywhere, so everything's caught on tape. Where dude was like putting the hands of God on a police officer, and he beat the trash out of dude. I'm not sure whether he asked him to say it one more time or not, but
I'm mad that civilians helped him though. Like,
my man was
you saw that though, but that he wasn't holding back no punches, pun intended. Like he didn't
seem like he was trying to get away either. Like
he let his hand go.
Beat him up.
No,
one hand was
it's like he sat there like he thrashed the police officer. But to get back to the original question though, man, it's like we trying to get this last out because we're forgiving people. We probably too forgiving. Not probably, we are. We're too forgiving of a people. But if you cross this line, man, and the funny thing is, they cross that line. You tell them to do it, and they do it. Like because they're so emboldened. And I know we don't have our WS bell here, but because of white supremacy, they're so empowered. They go ahead and say it, like and then they get the hands of God put on them. So, I mean that's pretty much what it is. It's kind of what Phil said, man, and also what you said. Like it's a combination of both. It's here's your last opportunity. You going to walk away, or you're gonna come within inches of losing your life.
Right. Vibe, call me that one more time.
I also think it's just like. Not only is it like video proof, like, hey, I didn't just make this up. Like he really did say this. It really is also just seeing if the person is going to double down on it. Like, like you heard me, you heard what I said. Like, like that way it's like, all right, I'm only going to give you like just a little bit of a beat down, but if you like double down on it, I'm really going to go in. I think that's what happens a lot of times too. But I mean, you hear different ideals about it. People saying, well, we have to figure out how to react when we get disrespected a little bit better. But I personally like that, since there's no sports, that's my sports right now, seeing people get beat up on social media, for that especially.
Sessions.
Yeah, so my particular one of my favorite ones was Asian guy.
One of my favorite ones.
One of my favorite ones.
It's really a sport though.
It really is though. Like Asian guy didn't want any smoke.
He about to give us his Hagler Hearns moment.
Listen, he didn't want any smoke. He was like, listen, just leave me alone. God just kept messing with him, and finally he just had enough. And it's a classic story of the nerd beating up the bully. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he slumped dude
You talking about the one where he like backed up into the street?
Yeah.
Almost got hit. He basically got cornered by the car, so he had to do what he had to do.
Yeah. So, I don't know if he called him a derogatory Asian term or not, but yeah, he definitely caught those hands and feet for that. So, I love to see that.
We give white supremacy the benefit of the doubt all the time. Of course,
exactly. Crazy. Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Of course, he called him something crazy.
You're right.
So, being that this is like a new sport for us, because I mean, I'm sure it's nothing new, but the fact, like Jimmy said, everybody has a camera now, and plus the times that we're now entering into, it seems like it's right on time. It seems like it's Black people and other people being fed up with the status quo. We don't get listened to. You know what I'm saying? And instead of changing things, they change the name of syrup brands and shit like that. Is this what's needed right now? Like, it sounds crazy to say, but what do you do when people refuse to listen to you and nothing changes? It seems like violence might be the only thing that some people understand. Like, is this wrong?
Damn.
Or is this? I'm just saying. Think about the history of this country. Everything they did was done through violence.
No, I get you.
Is this where we are now?
But
we gotta let the hands and blicky.
It's the way they made it.
But it has to be. It has to be organized. Like in terms of if you're really trying to make a change, that violence has to be
Jimmy, like we got
organized chaos, right? So
just beat one dude up.
No, I mean, because there's only two ways to do. It's only two ways to go about things, right, man? It's to kind of like build your own, like, and have some sort of independence, even if it's within the system, right, or completely tear down the system and destroy it and break it. Like, those are the only two things you can do. And violence may be a part of that. The fact of the matter is, as a whole, most of us don't want violence because most of us are going to pick up guns. Because even the poorest among us, love our iPhone. So therefore, we're not ready for no real revolution. So this is just like also to, in a weird way to entertain us, because although we out in the streets kicking ass randomly in random spots, nothing's still changing. Like there's no equity and no power being transferred. So this is just, it's bread and circuses. It's a new form of bread and circuses. It's like we're kicking ass on social media. We get hyped for a second, but really changes. And the fact of the matter is, most of us kicking ass are probably going to jail anyway.
Yeah,
because you're on video.
You're on video. Do you think that these are lessons that are learned, that these people are like, all right, well, I guess I won't be calling ninjas anymore? Do you think that's their last time?
They doubling down, dog. Like, because at that point now they really hate you.
Yeah,
especially in the video where the cop got dogged. Oh man. So that's going to justify it for some people.
The next brother going to pay for that one. The next brother going to pay for that one.
I kind of think though that in some of these individuals there'll be a lesson learned. Not the hatred thing. That's going to be even worse, like Jimmy said. But you're not going to want to get your ass whooped every time you go out because you're just talking recklessly. So you might watch what you say. But you still you're gonna have feelings deep down that's probably worse than they were before you got hands put on you and paws put on you. So
yeah, that's true. They'll be like, see, one of those animals beat me up. I was right.
Exactly.
No,
totally negate the whole part at the beginning.
Kind of giving them what they expect. At this point.
You gonna start treating everybody like Alina's cousin. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have to let your hands go first. I mean, if you know, you know. Anyway,
bars.
Yeah, man.
I just don't. I mean, for me, I understand. Like I gotta admit this. Like I watch these videos and I'm sitting there like I'm rumbling too. Like but that's frustration just built up because Jimmy, I'm a talker and I've been trying to explain to people and people don't listen and the frustration just boils up. So when you see something like that, like just for that moment, you feel kind of happy, you feel kind of justified. And I'm, trying not to be that kind of person, but I keep putting myself in this situation. Like, what would happen if this was me on the street? And all I think, like, especially if I'm not with my kids, then I might be the next one on that IG screen. Call me nigga again. One more time.
And then the other one too, with each hit, I got you, nigga. I got you, nigga.
I know.
Nigga here now. Nigga here now.
You know where that come from. You see that, they got beatings as a kid.
Yeah.
I tell you about
exactly.
Yeah, you get one hook with each word.
Yeah, to your point, Dev, it's funny. A friend of mine had put a post up. It was the YouTube video. It was when Malcolm X was speaking at Oxford in a debate. And Malcolm is one of the top 3 orators of all time. But with that being said, he was like, some of the things he was talking about are still some of the things that are going on now. And the point he was making and showing the video, he said, this is why I don't even waste my time conversing with him, because he said none of us can speak as eloquently and about the topics the way he did. And if you look at the audience he was speaking to, it was people with like a semblance of power. And he's saying this back then. Yeah, they didn't listen. He was like, so a lot of times we try to explain these issues. They know, and it's just like I think it was our homie Joel who said, you guys keep coming up with all these crazy analogies to explain why all lives matter doesn't make sense. All the different analogies that are used, and some of them are fire, right? He's like, but you're wasting your time with that too. They know. Why do you keep wasting your time? They know. The fact of the matter is they'll never like. We sit there and try to get them to see our point of view. Like, you're right. That's never going to happen.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen.
Willful ignorance is the term for it.
Yep.
But that's like Jimmy said. They know. They understand it. They don't want to know, and they don't want to understand. So they just ignore.
Acknowledge it.
I would love to see willful ignorance put on the back of an NBA jersey once they start the pandering for that.
Oh yeah. So
that's hard. That's hard. Willful ignorance with a triple double.
And that's a hell of a
willful ignorance in the corner.
Because we got to talk about this.
Who's the thumbnail for willful ignorance though? Like who's the person that represents willful ignorance? I was about to say some name from our page, but I don't want to give no
I got some names.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant in the league. You throw that on like Michael Porter Jr.'s back or something.
Yo,
I meant the thumbnail for this episode. I think I'm gonna go. Never mind.
Michael Porter Jr. Willful Ignorance.
We got several non-celebrities that show themselves on the Facebook page every week.
I'm about to go to their profile page. I'm about to go to grab their profile pic and make a whole thumbnail with it. Willful Ignorance.
You're about to be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen.
So you know what
this, man? We did the episode last week where we talked about the Pander Express, everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Black people are out here in these streets screaming, we want police reform, we want equality, we want all of this, and they're giving us stuff like this. The NBA is saying we might allow people to put phrases and statements and stuff on their uniforms. Black Lives Matter, I can't breathe. You can imagine the kind of stuff that's going to happen.
Can we get an FTW?
we got the pancake wars here. Aunt Jemima is gone, Miss Butterworth is gone, Uncle Ben's is next. Like, I put this in the category of what we just talked about, guys. I put this in the willful ignorance category because we're asking for real things. We're asking to be treated like human beings, and they're like, we're not going to call the realtors out there talking about we're not going to call the master bedrooms and master bathrooms anymore. At this point, I really think they're clowning us.
Yeah,
and they're playing like this evil white supremacist game of can you top this? Like, how crazy can I get in my pandering at the expense of their movement?
They at the rucker right
really,
now.
The master bedroom and the master bathroom. Like, what do y'all guys think about this? It's getting. Are we being clowned right now?
Let me just say this, and I'll let
Pander.
Both of my masters were conceived in my master bedroom, so I can't.
right.
I can relate a little bit. I can relate a little bit.
Ask them how. Don't.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but seriously though, like that never bothered me. It did kind of come to my attention, that was the case once I really started to learn about like layouts and stuff like that. But it's pretty obvious. It's been obvious, and it's never stopped anybody from saying they didn't want to buy a nice home. Like, wait, I'm not signing this. We're not going into escrow until you change this into the equal opportunity bedroom. So change that first, and then you can get my money. Like nobody cares about that.
They low key still redlining. The loans don't be the same as the other people are getting, and we're talking about master bedrooms and change the real thing, change policy, change. Then maybe y'all can extra pander and work on all the words that we don't need in our vocabulary anymore.
Pander.
Or like one of the other things that I've noticed is there's a lot of white voice actors saying that they're not going to be the characters that on the different shows, like the guy that does the voice of Cleveland on the Cleveland show and Family Guy. And then
not gonna do Apu anymore, I heard.
Yeah, even though he'd been under fire for that. But Jenny Slate, who's a talented comedian, she does one of the voices on the Netflix animated show Big Mouth, and she does the voice of a black girl, and she says she's not going to do it anymore, and I'm like, okay, how about getting actual black writers in those rooms versus who, as long as it's not like a caricature of like the quote unquote black voice, which neither one of those actually were. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all could check me if I am.
I'm not familiar with that body of work.
Oh no, Cleveland was kind of Cleveland was black as shit.
Funny thing is, I didn't even know that was a white dude. Like until they came out and said I'm no longer doing it. I was like, hold up, Cleveland's a white dude.
He could have stayed low with his.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Jenny Slate. If y'all ever see Big Mouth, the character on there, she plays a middle school black girl on there, and you know, that lives around white people. You know, if that you know, that matters.
I got it.
But what do you guys think about that? Like, is that a big deal, or is that more just of the pander right along with, you know, Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben?
I'll tell you, they should have thought of before. Where was your conscience before?
Yeah,
that was going to be.
Here's my perspective, and my perspective might be a little bit different than most, right? So, all this pandering is actually very comical right now, right? And I was telling Deb this the other day. To me, symbolism and some of these things actually matter. So some of this stuff does matter, right? Although it doesn't matter, it matters in the grand scheme of things, right? So symbols do matter, right? And then I always tell people, like, look, when your little kid goes to church every Sunday and look at a white Jesus, you can't tell me that doesn't matter in their psyche. But the thing is, we're getting all of these things and they're not making any real change. So the analogy I was using is like, it's like we're at a restaurant and we're getting all these fire appetizers, but they're not giving us an entree at all right now. Like they're giving us the mozzarella sticks, the onion rings, and all these kind of things. Where the steak at, B? Like they're giving us a bunch of appetizers and we ain't getting no meal. Like where the meal at?
Spinach.
You know what I'm saying? Like so it's not. And yeah, but we all love appetizers though, right? So appetizers are cool, but you know, that gotta come with a fire meal. You can't just give me the appetizers and give me no meal. Like where the meal at, B?
Exactly. Where my steak at? Yeah, so
spinach chip is fire, but you know,
that's what like for me, it's like I said, like where was this conscience earlier? You knew, all of these people knew that they were playing somebody else, somebody of color could have had that job in the first place. But nobody's thinking about that. You're thinking like, look, I get a chance to flex my versatility. I get a chance to get this money. Now it's not really, in my opinion, it's not a matter of conscience. It's a matter of fear. Like, you know that the backlash is coming because we at a place in 2020, you know, we play that card. We about to equate black voice to blackface. So they getting out of Dodge before we make that a term.
Like, I don't even want to be affiliated with this. Let me go ahead and
they're not trying. They don't want black Twitter, because once one person do it, you know the rest of them got to at that point.
So it's like let me get in front of this. And maybe look like an upstanding person. Yeah. When you really just see the writing on the wall, you see what's about to come. Like,
it's nobody playing a white character that's like, hey, go ahead and get Michael Shea to play me now. Or go get get Issa Rae to play me now. And
if you are a black actor that plays a white character, you're not giving up I'm keeping this check. Like Cree Summer ain't giving up none of them Animaniacs checks.
Yeah. Hell no.
Yo, real quick though, side note, mozzarella sticks the top appetizer of all time, pound for pound. Like, I mean, maybe buffalo wings.
Well, wait,
buffalo wings.
That's
graduated to a meal.
You gotta have the marinara. You gotta have the marinara in order for it to be fire. So
the marinara got it. Absolutely,
you can't just do it by itself.
Why do this?
Peanut butter and jelly.
The marinara.
Oh, absolutely. It has to come to marinara. It gotta come with the marinara.
Yeah.
That's racist.
Because if you just try to just eat it without,
right now,
you try to eat it without, it's not good at all.
No, you need to fire marinara. That goes without saying. No, but I think buffalo wings is the GOAT though, because they graduated to an actual entree.
Restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, it got to be.
That's a great.
They still got to know what they're doing, because as simple as a mozzarella stick is, you can't have the joints where you take a bite, the whole skin come off the joint.
Right.
Yeah, man.
You need to stretch.
You get the joints where there ain't no mozzarella in there. It'd be American. It'd be paleo.
I mean, they overcooked it. What up, though?
Marinara stick can't snap when you bite the
joint. Like a carrot.
Phil made an excellent point though. Buffalo wings got to be the GOAT though, because they graduated. They straight went from being an appetizer to being an entree. Like that's next level when you graduate. Like
they was on a Kennedy come up, without the curse.
Yeah, they went from the G League to the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? They performed well. So I just want to bring that up real quick. Another reason is this whole episode, all this great stuff we saying, and people gonna take from this. What's the best appetizer?
Sure, y'all answer that in the comments, man.
Yeah, it's got to be buffalo wings
all the time.
Yeah. Go to comments. Tell us what's the best appetizer, man. Is it mozzarella sticks, buffalo wings? What else we got?
I know I might be the only one, but the
chicken fingers ever an appetizer, or was that always a entree?
What was what? Chicken fingers?
Chicken fingers.
Because I'm like,
they started as an appetizer.
Before everybody, that might have
graduated first.
True. Chicken finger, yeah, that's a good point.
Remember our little group back in high school? We used to go to like Fridays in high school, and we thought we was the shit. Like we going to Fridays.
Yeah.
Every time.
I mean, we was also on the clock too, though. Like, I mean, that's a whole different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to be in class. So being in Fridays versus social studies is kind of like fire. But anyway,
whole table. we think we sophisticated. Whole table, chicken fingers and honey mustard sauce. Like we thought we was doing because we was in something above McDonald's.
Honey mustard sauce for everybody.
Chicken fingers, honey.
But here's the thing, though: Buffalo Wings not only graduated, they have complete restaurants like that are made around them. You know what I mean? Like that's next level. There's not a lot of chicken finger restaurants.
They got cultural.
I mean, you got God's Chicken Restaurant. Phil obviously gets on his day off, on their day off.
I know.
But
Phil somehow get. Phil gets so much money he get Chick-fil-A on Sundays, man.
Not me, man.
Man.
They're trying though with the chicken tenders, not chicken fingers. Raising Cane's, Zaxby's.
It's a couple.
Yeah, Zaxby's starting to make their way around the nation.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't put them up on the level of a Buffalo Wing, though, right? Like Buffalo Wild Wings is like huge.
There's like
one too.
Like,
there's a couple other ones.
Yeah. A lot of them joints can't even afford to advertise during the slots that Buffalo.
But you know this generation, like the one that maybe just like directly, I don't know, like that's like right, just a little bit younger than us. I would say like the people that aren't quite 30 yet. Some of them, because of Chick-fil-A, they have never really like had like bone-in chicken.
Right.
Like they only know fillets. Like they don't know I'm about to go get a 2-piece. Like they're like, nah, like I only eat fillets. Like eating chicken off the bone is nasty. I'm like,
I gotta find this video. It was this girl. She's like, I've been in, because there was the hype about Popeyes and she got a 2-piece. She's like, I've been into it and I almost broke my tooth. It was this hard. It's like, it's the greatest, and it's a whole thread of all these people that never had bone-in chicken.
No, that's a thing. That's a thing for sure.
That's an actual thing. I remember Vaughn told me that, and I was crying because I was like, and then I saw the thread.
I mean, if you only go to Chick-fil-A, like, and your parents don't cook, drumsticks or whatever at home,
cook
like, you ain't
drumsticks.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like the pandemic has changed things. Like my kids, for the first time, realized that chickens come with bones.
Right.
They know that. It's like now that we got to shop a lot and we got to make things stretch, you get stuff that's a little bit cheaper. Like they grew up on boneless breasts and Chick-fil-A.
No.
What's this thing?
This?
What is this in my food?
What's this stick in my chicken?
One of the three looked like she been here before. Like old black cookout. Like
I already know what you're talking about. You ain't got to name my name, Dev.
I do too.
You've been here before, like
boss of the boss.
Yeah, she did the whole crib, dog. She the boss.
She knew exactly what to do with that, and I'm a little nervous about that. Like, I don't want that to translate into nothing else in the future. But like, calm down.
Yo, come on, cuz. Yo,
but no, they like what is this? But they've been introduced to some things that during this pandemic that they've never, like, we're buying chicken with bones now. We've introduced them to ramen noodles, and they love them.
Oh, that's when you know it's real.
I know. I'm like, lunchtime.
You put a season pack on them too?
We up to 15 meals a day now. 5 people, 3 meals a day. Like one person used to eat.
So your kids went to college, they eat ramen.
Right. One person used to eat breakfast, and then we all reconvene for dinner.
Right.
So that's a good 6 meals a day, then turned into 15. So we then went and got the ramen noodles.
You gotta get the little boosty joints, though, man.
You're above that shit. Like,
you gotta get them little boosty joints, man. The rap snack noodles, man.
Look at this.
Yo, coming out of this pandemic, though, man. need to come together and create the first mozzarella stick restaurant, man. We're gonna try to elevate mozzarella stick to its
We get the next one called up.
Think about it though.
Yo,
we make
different
mozzarella
dips.
sticks with shrimp,
Flat ones,
crab.
Yeah, see, we're about to take it to the next level, man.
Y'all sharing too much of the Wu-Tang, man. It's gonna be
bacon bits. All kinds of
Next level.
bacon bits.
Next
make
level.
some poutine mozzarella stick for our
Yo, shout out
Shout out to all my Montreal, all the homies in Montreal. Hey.
All right, so
you already know, man.
This is something else that I've been hearing a lot about on social media. It seems to be an influx of fireworks going on around the United States. Now, where we are now, like the date where we are now, you're used to hearing fireworks around this time. You know, the 4th of July is coming up. People get their little stash. But there have been people who said they've been hearing fireworks every day dating back to like late April or something like that. So there's a little bit of a conspiracy theory going around about this. I don't really know what that is. If y'all do, let me know. I don't know what they're saying, but I've seen people talk to other people about like what's the conspiracy around the fireworks.
Well, I can let you know a little bit. Like Waco. You know, we were all like in, you know, barely teenagers or right at that. But when Waco popped off, but they used fireworks to kind of like just constantly letting those off to drive them insane.
You. What would you say, Phil? To drive what?
To drive like the people in at the at David Koresh them to get them off their rocker and drive them insane, but just constantly ringing off fireworks over and over again.
Real quick, Phil. Dev, you ain't see the Waco joint on Netflix?
I ain't watch it yet.
Oh, you gotta see that, yo.
Oh, come on, man! Like, yo, that joint was kind of fire, but they showed that part.
Still trying to finish up Ozark. I got 2 episodes left.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Oh, come on, man!
I just started the whole series 3 weeks ago, so give me some credit.
I mean, yeah, that's true. You can get binge on. You can get binge on. Hold up, though. Hold up. Is my son trapped by the door to keep the babies out? Hold up. Is my son trapped by the door to keep the babies out there?
Hey, man, you gotta use the vinyl. The vinyl's heavy, man.
You said booby traps, cuz.
Oh man, the DJ equipment.
Hey, no, the vinyl gets it done.
Phil, back.
Vinyl is.
But Phil, to your point though, I had to back that up because the Waco joint on Netflix was like fire, and they showed that part you're talking about.
Yeah, I watched that joint.
And it's using a lot of warfare where you like distract like with sounds, and you know,
it's like sensory overload.
I didn't know you guys were hearing it. Yeah, I didn't know you guys were hearing it too. See, listen, I'm in the hood, so you know they letting it off anyway.
We've been hearing,
but the thing about it is,
nights, Jim. And the first night, I ain't gonna front. Told my wife to get down. Like we got down on the floor.
The last 2 nights for us, it like the first night it was like, all right, you know, somebody just letting off, you know, regular, you know, little firecrackers. Yesterday it sounded like heavy artillery, like it sounded like mortar shells.
Yesterday I knew the people that were doing it, so I was a little more comfortable. But
yeah. Here's the crazy part. So here, and again, I'm in the hood in Philly, so they've been letting it go ever since like the riots, right?
Yeah.
And you know,
I see y'all talk about
what's crazy is
they're blowing up ATMs or something.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't even believe that, man.
The Roman candles,
I think they did
like a quarter stick.
They did do. All right, so some of that was going on, but it all wasn't that, man. It was some other like sounds going on, but now it actually is fireworks. But the funny thing about the conspiracy, I heard a lot of different conspiracies, but they've been letting it go. And what I realized yesterday is, at this point, I'm so conditioned, I don't even pay it no mind. Like I'm at a crib, pop, pop, pop. I'm not even like, I'm not ducking, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just like going about my business, like, oh, okay. I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing.
One day it's gonna be like bullets ringing out.
I know. It's like
you're chilling, like
yeah, I'm gonna end up getting my dumb ass shot because I'm like chilling, like it ain't nothing. But the fact of the matter is, man, I heard 2 things, that during some of the riots, a lot of stores that were ran in were like the stores that sold the fireworks. Okay. So they all over the streets, right? That was one rumor. The other rumor I heard was because of the pandemic, a lot of the places were closed. So the cats that own it, took it to the black market. They got to get this bread by any means necessary. Which one of those is true? I have no idea. But I didn't know that it was like, y'all brothers is in the burbs. They let them go out there too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
man. No, but the latter is kind of what I heard too. Because we have there's a stadium around here, a minor league baseball stadium that does fireworks after every game. And of course, there's been no games. So you hear that kind of stuff they just selling stuff to people. So people walking around here with real 4th of July type fireworks out in the street, lighting them up.
Yeah.
So
they about to JPP themselves.
but see,
no.
Yo,
give me 3. But it's crazy though, because here in Virginia, you can't buy fireworks like that. You can't just walk around and just buy those 4th of July grade fireworks.
They don't have stands like in DC. They make little wooden stands.
Yeah,
4th of July,
yeah. The streets gonna get it.
Yeah, the streets gonna get it. True, but for the amount that they having, they're not just readily available. You gotta actually go out and get them. And so for them to just be around makes me think it's a little more to it than that.
It's like when he was leaving the bricks out there.
Rush.
It's also illegal to sell meth, coke, weed, but
these facts.
You know what I mean? When somebody wants something, supply and demand, good brother.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
Speaking of,
I got a question.
All get their
real quick, y'all.
Did they?
Do y'all like fireworks?
I'm not really with it no more.
Nah.
Me either. I don't know if I've ever really cared about it that much. I like some of the professional joints where they they be drawn and creating whole stories and characters and some of that's intriguing. How do you do that? But for the most part, I don't even get the lore of going out in the street and lighting fire. What's that do for you?
Yeah, on a personal level, no. For the AFC championship game, we ran out of fireworks. I'll take that.
Here you go. You had to bring that up.
But we ran out of fireworks though.
The drink spray out the top of the stadium.
That's hot. That's hot. But yeah, on a personal level, nah.
I don't get the allure.
I'm too afraid. I'm too afraid of it. I don't want to get none of that.
Corny stuff. I got a bag of a bunch of boxes of sprinklers. Sparklers. I said sprinkler. We've had that box for at least 11, 12 years. I don't know if they still sparkle if I lit them joints up. I have no need.
My cousin, when I was about 8, so he had to be about 6, and he held that joint too long. And
what was it, an M80 or something?
No, it was a sparkler.
Oh, just a sparkler.
But it burnt his arm all the way down to the elbow in the side of his face.
Damn.
Yeah, because he held it too long, and I mean that right there, I was good. I was like, I'm good with all of this.
He still got the scar.
It went. The one on his face, it kind of went away, but the one on his arm is still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Weird too, though. You just stand there.
I was good after that. Seeing him from 200 feet away.
It's like
the payoff isn't worth it.
Chicken.
The payoff ain't worth it though.
Nah,
you risking that. What's the payoff?
Yeah,
come on, man.
To make loud noise, boom, boom.
And nowadays it'll be like, oh, I thought it was a shootout. I brought my gun.
And now, especially the way cops riding through, they be like, they're shooting, and boom, boom, and then now, we got new hashtags.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm good on all that.
I'm good on it too.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't see the allure.
Fuck them fireworks.
And then when you think about the song that they love, and what the fireworks actually represent, it bring the bigger picture into it. It's like, come on, man.
The song that they love. That's what we calling it now.
Yeah, don't disrespect
song
that
they love.
Don't do it.
Song. That song.
The A word,
man.
Yo, we're running out of letters, man. We're gonna be like the AA word, and it ain't gonna be too many letters left.
Yeah, man. Did y'all know?
Man, listen.
Y'all know
Alicia Keys greater than Frank Scott Key, man.
Would you say that?
Did y'all know Eskimo was a racial slur? I'm way behind on that one.
Oh man, you
Did not,
I
man.
I just didn't know.
you foul.
I didn't know.
Nah, who knew?
I was yesterday years old when I found that out. Like,
Yeah.
No, I really, you knew that. You knew that?
huh?
I said, Phil, you knew that?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Has anybody ever met an Eskimo before?
I don't even.
I met
know.
an Eskimo brother.
Yo.
You stole my joke. Yo. I was raising my hand. I was like,
Didn't they sell something at the ice cream truck called an Eskimo?
Yeah. Yes, that's what my wife said yesterday. She was like, "Oh, come on, man."
Yeah, like
I mean, ice cream trucks are already canceled now, right? Like nobody's pulling up on those getting there. Like,
every day on my block.
really?
they're still coming around.
Everybody,
Coming.
pandemic, fucking virus. Like people don't care, man.
Like, we got it wrapped up. It's not like Mr. Softy where they just giving you a cone. They got the joints that's like already prepackaged, like the Good Humor Jones.
But Vod, our joint don't play that song though.
Right. That's what I'm saying, right? The song is canceled, right?
They come down silent, like, yo, we here. Ice cream, yo.
They play Wu-Tang. They play Ray and Gold.
They play Royce.
Or Jeezy.
Yeah, too.
Mr. Ice Cream Man. Play the Master P Jones.
Yeah, so it don't play that, but I'm still kind of weirded out that people will gather around and grab.
No, like Mr. Softy, I think has to cancel. Like giving somebody a cone of ice cream in 2020, like just like the joint where they just like, you know what I mean? Oh man,
yeah. Yo, Dev be so disgusted at people gathering. Yo, it's like hilarious.
Dev, what do you think about the people in Atlanta?
Yo,
why are they out there like that,
man? Like,
Yo, Dev, did you see the clip of people in Bankhead?
I'm
had a full freak out there.
I didn't, and I'm somewhat of a homebody, but I'm starting to go through some withdrawals. But we ain't gonna never get out of here because, first of all, the country about to be back on lockdown.
Oh, for sure,
sure.
You know what they say. Their biggest hospital has no more room in the ICU.
Oh.
And remember, these were the states that were on like, oh no, we good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not us. Joe, I didn't even tell y'all when I was down in the sunshine. And I went out on an appointment. I got like basically like a hazmat suit on. We had this promotion where we was giving away trips. So I was like, yo, when it's safe, you could go on your trip, whatever.
And
the lady said, no, I'm not going. She's like, I'm staying here in Ocala where they don't have corona. That's what she said out of her mouth. I'm staying here where they don't have corona.
See,
with a straight face.
I ain't gonna just put them out there like that because black people was running around doing that same shit.
No. See, now
we leading the charge and shit.
We can't get it.
Right.
Come on, man.
Now we the only ones that got it.
We got it more than anybody.
And they over in Africa.
We got to share the Bankhead video with you. The Bankhead video is going to have you totally disgusted.
Yeah, you're gonna be disgusted.
Like
man.
they had a full out freak nigga.
I wasn't an outside dude anyway. But the only thing I'm gonna really miss is like small venue concerts because those is a wrap. Yeah. Like going to the Norva vibe. Yeah. I'm good.
Yo, I ain't got front, yo.
Shit, you talking about small venue sports, man?
I
wasn't never going. I don't like sport. I like in-person sporting events. Like it's too many people. Get out of here.
No, yeah.
And then try to get out the parking lot.
Go ahead, Jim.
I miss my family, like with my family that ain't, because I take it so serious. I don't even go around family, dog. Like,
right.
My family, like we're gonna have something for July 4th. I'm like, I'm so serious, dog. I don't even want to be around nothing and nobody.
Had like 3 or 4 deaths, and I couldn't even make it to pay respects. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Same.
Yeah, that part of. Other than that, though, man, like in the crib is kind of fire, man. Like, and first off, if in your crib ain't fire, then you doing something wrong anyway. You need to correct that. Like, your crib's supposed to be fire.
You supposed to like that. That's what me and the champ was talking about.
It's called reproducing. That's where you do it.
No,
be fire. If we
I'm Coach K over here, man. This is the University of Kentucky down here, yo.
See, you're supposed to be the master. You're supposed to be the master at home, if we can still say that.
See, I know, right? But I think if we would have known, like this would be the reproduction time. You know what I mean? Like,
right, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now,
It's one and done, man.
Earlier, where they more off to themselves and it's cool, but being in the house all the time, a couple of them a little too needy of attention. And
you got to get some vinyl, man. You got to get some vinyl.
You see, Vi got the booby traps.
You got to get a crate of records, yo.
Yo, kids walking in a
I got one in every room, man, just in case the lock don't work.
You gotta get you 22 12 inches paws.
They weren't there because I was playing music earlier. Trust me, I was like, oh, I know these dudes is coming downstairs. I already know what I got to do.
Yeah, let me get the 70s records that it'd be one record with like one track be like
those are all double LPs, by the way. Wu-Tang Forever. And,
Yo, but let me ask you a question though. You do DJ.
Yeah.
You do DJ, right? So
yeah.
Do you even carry like vinyl with you when you DJ at this point?
No, just the control vinyl. Literally just just for the MP3s that actually play the software. There are some events
that to me is like that's one of the most amazing things. Like back when outside was open, going to events and seeing cats kill and DJ a whole set, and they walk up there with an iPad. And it's like, yo, boy,
that's
got an
amazing.
iPad. Like,
that's amazing.
You see me
the whole DJ set without.
Your vinyl collection is like my DVD collection,
right? But I think once it is gonna be somewhat. There's already kind of a niche thing before to see people play like the 45s and stuff. I think it will get back to a point where people will be playing vinyl and like it is gonna be a thing to see somebody like going through it. Like it is still now. I think it's gonna be a little bit bigger once we do get back to that.
I got the champ one for her birthday.
I remember DJs used to have to hire people to walk in with the crates. That was me in the crates, like I literally carry crates and crates and crates.
I did it a couple times, Jim, just to get in the club for free.
Yeah.
I did it for Real G. I did it when he would DJ the parties in college.
Yeah.
And I carry it. We go to the cabs for free.
That's the best way.
Only thing is, though, I'd be mad as shit because I'd be sitting in there for like 2 hours before anybody.
Definitely.
And then I heard the set that he's gonna play later. I heard the whole set while he practicing.
The illest thing I ever seen is like I seen a boy like literally use his phone and do a whole John. Like he had some other equipment that was connected to it, but he was running it through his phone. I mean, but what's the name of that? It's a group. It's a video I was watching on YouTube. It's like a hip hop. I forgot the name of that group, but the boys are like a top producer now, and all he uses is his iPhone. And I said, yo, that's the illest thing ever.
Yeah.
So you walk in the studio and they're like, yo,
Adler did Bandana with an iPad.
Yeah, I read that. I'm like, yo, like technology is insane.
He produced the whole joint with Freddie Gibbs off an iPad because he could.
Just to show I can.
Yeah. Why not?
I gotta think of the name of this group because it's making me like angry. Oh, that's it. It's called the Internet. You know the group called the Internet. The boy's name Steve Lacy.
Yeah, Steve.
Like, Lacy. The producer, like he refuses to use any equipment. And he was like, "Cause what's the point? Boy, it's like produce whole albums on iPhones." But anyway, I just thought that was dope. That
I want to go outside, man.
I'm good, yo. I was built
bikes, though, so
I love it.
Bike ride is how we get out now.
Yeah,
you can stay away from people and at least see half of the neighborhood at one time. So
man, I go out to hunt for food. I'm like the Hunger Games. Like I go out there and like you know what I mean.
I know Brad said he got a pickup today. I got another delivery coming up.
Yes, sir. That's what it's all about.
I go out there like Katniss. Like
I've been getting ripped off.
Same here. Feels like Katniss Everdeen out this junk.
Yeah, I've been getting ripped off by Instacart and shipped this whole time.
Yeah, like
because it took me like 3 or 4 deliveries to figure out that they be marking up the prices.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're only charging you a $2 service fee, and the delivery is free. But then you
little in the baggie, a little in the purse there.
Yeah, they going up like even at box stores like BJ's, they going up like $3-4 on the price of one thing. I'm like, they getting their money back.
Mm-hmm.
They hit you with the Uber Eats fees. They hit you with the Uber Eats fees, yo.
Exactly. Sometimes Uber Eats ain't even worth it. That's why I only really do that stuff when I'm on business travel.
Yeah.
Yo, Uber Eats be gouging like crazy, yo.
Grubhub is better on the pricing.
Tip in it.
But
Grubhub.
Yo, it was something I was going to ask y'all that that we was talking about. Yes, hold on. That applies to everything we've been talking about lately. Hold on, real quick. Yo, convene amongst yourselves.
Reverse Karen.
Okay. I mean, you talking about appetizers, digging in the crates. I mean, what in relation to what we talking about all kinds of stuff over here.
We DITC over here.
People getting pushed in the face. Buffalo wings. Where else can you get this kind of content? You know what I mean? You talk about assaults, buffalo wings, DJs.
Call me nigga again. One more time. If I got a pickup to get, man.
let me ask you guys a serious question though. We got about about 10 minutes left, right? You know what I'm saying? Trying to get get this on IGTV. Anyway, real quick though, I want to know on a serious note though, how you guys feel about the N-word, right? Because I know people feel all different ways about the N-word. Some people like, look, I just don't want to use it at all because I know the history. Some people like let it fly. What's you guys opinion on the N-word in general? Dev, you can lead us off.
I really don't know. It's always been like a battle for me because it's not.
That's a good answer.
No, but it's not like a word that I've ever used a lot in my life. But it's not. I'm not gonna say it's a word that I never use because I do. I find myself substituting it a lot. So like ninja, knucker, stuff like that. But I'm like, even if I'm doing that, like the thought is still there. So I'm like, what am I really doing? I think it's one of those things where I just have to accept what the real is right now. We can say it, y'all can't. Say it again, and I'm gonna put these paws on.
Yeah.
To me, it's
go ahead.
Like, you got it.
Black dudes do it too much when it's like every other word. That could get a little irritating. But
I just don't like when it's like oversaturates your dialogue or when you're speaking to someone and like like there's a certain comfortability that comes with it in terms of using it, but at the same time, like I don't like to see non-us people use it. It really bothers me. But
other knackers.
Yeah, it's just complicated, and
we got a new replacement this year. 2020 gave us knacker.
That's fire, though.
Because it's like we know y'all invented it with a negative connotation,
right?
So we're just not going. Even when you're trying to be us and you're trying to use it the way they use it in rap songs or the way that we use it, like we're not accepting that because your people invented that and they invented it in a really, really negative connotation. So we took it, we flipped it. We probably use it a little too much, but
that's the part I like about it. The fact that it's been repurposed for that way. And it is something, it is actually one of the only things that we actually have exclusively in a sense.
We recycle shit out of it.
That's actually pretty sad, Vod. That's pretty sad, but
recycle.
For me though, like the way I feel about it kind of changed. Like reading the ancestor Dick Gregory's book, and he talks about how he'll never stop using it because of the power that it does have. Like he recognizes it has power. He was like, but he loves how uncomfortable it makes them feel, and the fact that they can't use it. So he's gonna rub it in their face and use it as much as possible. Yeah. And he loves to make them uncomfortable using it around them.
And it's not.
He's famous for that book he had.
It's not exclusive.
He had the book. He had the book that Nas tried to do the album with. And they told Nas, "You ain't getting that off, dog." They said Dick Gregory got that off, but you ain't getting that off.
Like I said, it's not exclusive. Call in.
Oh no, and that was to my point. I like using it when referring to them, like these white niggas, man, because they invented it to belittle us. When in fact, in a lot of cases, it applies to them. I mean, if you're using the word how it was originally intended, I mean, would they say that it actually means? As an ignorant person. They display that way more, and so let's get it. And I'd probably use it more than anybody in this little this 4-man weave that we got.
I might give you a run for your money, Graham.
My nigga, I got you. No, seriously though, I use it. The thing that I think bothers me the most is when we use it in inappropriate settings, because there are some settings where it absolutely doesn't belong, and people use it, and it's just like, come on, dog. Like,
let me just say this.
Yeah,
like the perfect example of that is my stepfather's 70th birthday. My older sister referred to him as her. Yeah, it's still bad. Like she was one of the few people that was able to give a speech.
my dog, I love her.
And to this day, she like people are still like, yeah, I can't believe she got up there and said that. Like he was so embarrassed. And mind you, like this is something like he's not afraid to use a word. He says it all the time. But like she described,
was it like, a room full? Was it a room full? It was like a room full of.
And that was a room full of us. There was none of them there.
Okay,
it was a room full of us, and she was just like, you're my rock. You're my nigga. And it was like, like the record stopped, like everything just paused, and like again, like for his generation, that just meant like that. Yeah, like to have his oldest child say that to him in that setting. Like if we just would have been around the dinner table, just us, like it would have been cool. But like that was like, whoa, like they still talk about that like daily.
Yo, that would have went viral. Wow, movie.
Yeah, so it just depends.
All right, man. Then what we got to talk about before we get out of here, good brother?
We
got anything else? I know Phil's still trying to figure out.
If you ain't figure out what you was trying to do.
No. Yeah. I was just gonna ask y'all. It wasn't nothing serious. I was just gonna ask y'all if y'all watched the Digital Roots picnic and what y'all felt about that.
Yo, I honestly forgot about it till Vaz sent the message out. Like, Vaz's message was, "Yo, I forgot about it."
Yo, like I watched an hour of promo literally the night before, and like when it came down to it, somebody was like, "Yo, Thought's killing it." I'm like, "Who?" Oh, like.
Yo, my answer to everything. I'm watching Ozark. So let's get up out of here. Definitely want to give a shout out to the homie before I get out of here. Del P, Wordsmith.
Yes,
check out his album, Wordsmith. His other two
shout out to Del
on all digital platforms. Shout out to King Peas. Before we get out of here. So look, man, this has been another episode of
Mega.
Sincerity Ain't For Everybody. We hope you enjoyed it. You can check out archive episodes on WorldRoomSports.com, the World Room Sports YouTube page, the Tissue and the Tape SoundCloud. Where else you got it, Phil?
It's on Tissue and the Tape on our Apple podcast feed, on Spotify.
You had to bring the Apple podcast feed up, though, right?
You have no excuse. You can find Safe Space anywhere you listen to or watch podcasts. So my homies, JW, The Blueprint, Davis Backwards, Philmatic 365. I'm the boy Dev McMillan. We out of here. Safe Space.
Peace.
Peace.